Hi guys, this is episode 5 of The Ordinary Man Step by Step. Haven't actually did one episode in about a week now. I've actually been dead to the world. I've been flattened by a chest infection, so I've been lying up, getting looked after all week. Been sleeping for most of the time, to be honest. So only really from I suppose Thursday I started to feel like myself again to get back into the work side of things. So very, very frustrating. We had a lot of meetings, a lot of really good meetings lined up for this week that I've had to I've had to bump until next week, and thankfully everybody's agreed to reschedule, which is great. So I suppose couldn't have came at a worse time, but anyway, we'll move on. So as I say, the last couple of days started getting back into the work and getting caught up a little bit. So really just been doing a lot more research, I suppose, on potential locations and areas where we could take property base camp after Dublin. It's not something we're spending a huge amount of time actually worrying about at the minute, because we are relatively new in Dublin. But I have I suppose grave fears of where the Dublin rental market's going to go over the coming months. That fear is not actually based on any solid research, but again, it's just what I'm viewing and what I'm hearing from the property agents that we're working with, and what I'm hearing from people who are searching for properties, and the sheer volume of inquiries that property agents are getting for rental accommodation. So there's just a huge shortage of accommodation now at the minute. A lot of the I suppose landlords who would have been renting properties long term have all turned to the AirBnB model. There's a huge amount of Dublin properties on Airbnb at the minute. You can see why they're doing it. Like they're getting huge amounts of money, able to charge huge rents for the short term lettings, and they're not under any pressure. Then they're not heavily, not that they're regulated anyway an awful lot in the long term lettings, but they're under probably if not less pressure than Airbnbs, and they need to give, I suppose, less care and take less care of the tenants. So you can completely understand why they're moving to the Airbnb model. That's gonna, if that trend continues, which I think it will for the foreseeable future, it's going to absolutely cause havoc. I can't actually see where this is going to end up, because over the coming months, all I can see is there being less and less properties available for long-term rentals, which means less and less properties available, I suppose, for people who want to get into long-term rentals, people who are based here and live here and work here in Dublin. So that's going to be, I don't think we've seen anywhere near as bad as how it's going to get. And from a tenant perspective, I suppose we need to again just encourage landlords to look more at the long-term rentals. How we do that, I haven't spent an awful lot of time thinking about, to be honest, but that's something that I suppose that the government's, which is again, it's going to be a farce for the foreseeable future. Since then, they can't get a step down until that's all gets sorted. I actually think Coveney was doing a decent job in housing, so that's going to be hit again if whatever the outcome of the election is going to be, or the leadership of Fine Gael. So there's a I just don't think we've seen anywhere near of how bad it's going to get. It's going to get really, really tricky because of that. Excuse me. I have started spending a little bit more time on looking at our model and look at our value proposition and seeing where we could bring this further afield, because I just don't think there's going to be a whole lot of available properties. Obviously, for our model to thrive, we don't want there to be a massive supply, to be brutally honest, but we're nowhere near that. We're completely the opposite side of the spectrum. So we do need long-term rental accommodation available to us via the property agencies that we're working with. So the last 2 days, I suppose, I've spent a little bit of time researching other areas and other locations where we can take this. London's very interesting for me. Brexit just screams opportunity to me. I know it's probably not like anybody else's way of thinking, but I just see opportunities there. I don't think it's going to be the same target market. We try to target technology and finance companies here in Dublin. I don't think that's probably the market that we're going to go after, obviously, because a lot of the finance companies are taking a lot of their operations elsewhere from London. But I think there are so many more opportunities. BP and Shell are two huge companies that I'm starting to pay close attention to. Their share prices have actually gone up since Brexit. I was reading, so I think they took an immediate hit, but then they went up again. So if that continues, then there'll be more jobs. So having a look at that. So just looking at London and started to look in New York as well. So really the research will just continue. That's pretty much it for the next couple of days. Back into the swing of things on Monday, and really looking forward to the meetings that we have ahead. So that's it. Any questions, any comments, any feedback, as always welcome. Check it out, The Ordinary Man on Instagram. Take care, folks.